dangerous and terrifying parasites that have become refined, causing horrific health sessions for doctors. Enigmatic Echoes greets you. Dear friends, life comes in many types and forms. Sometimes there are species that use sunlight to create energy, like plants. Meanwhile, there are species that choose to parasitize and harm their hosts. When mentioning parasites, we all imagine microscopic organisms, body to suck nutrients of the host. Not only causing harm, these parasites also have the ability to attack, incapacitate, and even take a host's life. So in the natural world, what terrifying parasites have existed that even the medical community fears? Let's review some of the parasites considered the most terrifying in today. Blood fluke, the notorious parasite in history. There's a fact not everyone knows. Napoleon once faced an infection caused by blood flukes. These notorious parasites cause a condition known as schistosomiasis, and to make matters worse, not just one, but over half a dozen species of the schistosoma genus have humans as their hosts. Infection occurs through the larval stage of schistosoma, called cercariae. The larvae penetrate the host's skin and travel through the blood to the liver, intestines, urinary tract, and other body parts. Common symptoms of schistosomiasis include skin itching, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. However, in later stages, it can cause serious health issues like liver enlargement, bloody urine, bladder infections, bladder fibrosis, and infertility. According to WHO, over 230 million cases of schistosomiasis have been reported since the disease was first discovered in 1851. Fortunately, currently, these worms can be easily treated using an anti-parasitic drug. Guinea worm, the nightmare of humanity. Guinea worm, scientifically named Dracunculus medinensis, is a parasite of human and animal skin. This is also one of the oldest recorded parasites, with many documents noting guinea worms' appearance in Greece from the 2nd century BC. These tiny creatures are common in Asia and Africa. The guinea worm parasite, resembling spaghetti, may seem harmless but is actually the opposite. The parasite causes guinea worm disease in humans, transmitted when a person drinks water contaminated with water fleas containing the larva. Accordingly, symptoms begin to appear when infected, usually a year later when the larvae mature. Mature guinea worms release their larvae and exit the infected person's skin, causing blister-like sores. Patients feel pain and burning on these blisters and must frequently wash with water. This causes the blisters to burst, releasing the parasite larva. This process can also cause serious bacterial infections that threaten life. Surprisingly, there is no modern drug or vaccine that can truly treat this disease. Thus, only when the mature dracunculus emerges through skin wounds can patients remove the parasite from their bodies. Dracunculus was previously endemic to a vast region in Africa and Eurasia. But now it is endemic in 5 countries: Chad, Ethiopia, Mali, South Sudan, and Angola, with most cases in Chad and Ethiopia. Also known as tinea, this ribbon-shaped worm can cause seizures if it forms cysts inside your brain. However, their most common settlement is in the intestines of humans or pets. Tinea solium larvae can invade a person's body when they drink contaminated water or eat undercooked pork or beef containing cysts or tapeworm segments. Not everyone infected with tapeworms gets seizures. It only happens when tinea larvae affect the human central nervous system. In these cases, it's almost impossible to diagnose or treat tapeworm infection because patients have no symptoms. Typically, this species will cause weight loss and trigger constipation, diarrhea, and abdominal. In more severe cases, it can lead to epilepsy, blindness, brain inflammation, and other neurological problems. Notably, tapeworms are responsible for 30% of epilepsy cases in many endemic areas where humans and free-roaming pigs live close together. Tapeworms are also one of the common dangerous parasites. It is estimated that 5% of Americans have tapeworms, but most are unaware of it. Brain-eating parasite. Amoeba parasite is a species found mainly in freshwater and soil. Their life cycle begins as cysts at the bottom of freshwater lakes. They enter the human body through the nasal passage when exposed to water contaminated with larval worms, especially when the host swims in freshwater areas like rivers, lakes, or untreated streams. From the nose, they swim up to the brain and spinal cord. There, they begin to destroy brain. Accordingly, when attacked by the immune system or when the environment is unfavorable, they have the ability to create a protective shell to defend themselves. When the danger passes, they shed the shell, begin to divide, and enter a new life cycle. They are heat-loading parasites, so the infection spreads quickly in summer. The mutant parasites often cause severe brain inflammation, leading to death due to brain tissue destruction. Symptoms usually appear after 2 weeks of infection, including headache, fever, nausea, and neck stiffness. More severely, patients may experience dizziness, loss of balance, and may have hallucinations or seizures. The disease progression is very rapid, potentially causing death within 3 to 7 days. This bacterial infection is called fascioliasis, and it occurs when a person consumes water or raw plants containing liver fluke larvae. Fasciola hepatica and Fasciola gigantica are the most common liver fluke species found in humans. They primarily infect the bile ducts and liver, but in rare cases, the brain, pancreas, and eyes can also be affected. Research shows that fascioliasis threatens the health of over 150 million people worldwide. However, fascioliasis is not a bacterial infection transmitted from person to person and is mainly found in sheep. But if infected, the parasite can remain in your body for up to 30 years and can cause frequent gastrointestinal health issues. Symptoms of liver fluke infection can range from fever, nausea to gallbladder inflammation and bile duct obstruction. Botfly belongs to the Hesteridae family, living mainly in Mexico, Central and South America. Its life cycle begins when a female botfly captures and lays eggs on a blood-sucking arthropod. For example, mosquitoes or fleas. This intermediate host is then released to continue feeding on other animals, often livestock and humans. The larvae nest in the host for about 12 weeks until they grow large enough. Then they exit, fall to the ground, and develop into pupae in the soil. There, they will form cocoons until they develop into adult botflies and start a new life cycle. Thus, botfly eggs are transmitted to the host. They react to temperature changes by moving from the intermediate host to the host and hatch the larva. Skim through the intermediate host. Accordingly, the area where they nest becomes swollen, secreting pus and fluid causing parasitic wasp embryos. Parasitic wasp embryos were the main inspiration for the creation of a parasitic creature in the 1979 horror film Alien. When injected into a caterpillar, the wasp embryo develops for about 14 days. Then, in a unique biological attack in the animal world, the parasitic embryos use a virus in their DNA to paralyze the host. They will chew their way out of the caterpillar's body and begin to curl up like cocoons. Meanwhile, the caterpillar, clearly disoriented by the virus, forms a soft, silky surrounding its attackers and protecting them until the adult wasps hatch from the cocoon and fly away. Parasite that eats the host's tongue. Cynethella exigua is a terrifying parasite, known as the tongue-eating louse. They enter fish through the gills, then attach firmly to the base of the fish's tongue, gradually eroding and replacing the tongue in the fish's mouth. The process of Cynethella exigua transforming itself into the fish's tongue is quite simple. First, they use their claws to pierce the tongue and suck blood, causing the tongue to atrophy due to blood loss. Tongue by embedding their body into the host. This creature, nicknamed the tongue-eating monster, while not posing a risk to humans, is a nemesis to fish growth, rapidly reducing lifespan. Filarial worms are one of the most terrifying and dangerous parasites for humans. Filarial worm larvae enter the body through the bite of a mosquito infected with a parasite. These larvae migrate to the lymphatic system, along with lymph nodes and vessels responsible for maintaining tissue fluid balance. It is an important component of the human lymphatic system and develops into adult filarial worms. The attack of filarial worms in the lymphatic vessels causes swelling of the lymphatic system, leading to excessive swelling in some body parts such as the legs, arms, and genitals. The reason is that the lymphatic system there becomes blocked, causing lymph fluid to accumulate. Additionally, the skin and subcutaneous tissue in the affected area often thicken and may become inflamed due to bacterial infection. Filariasis has existed since ancient times. These worms were found in a 3,000-year-old mummy in Greece. Not only causing elephantiasis, filarial worms are also the cause of epidemics in African and other tropical countries. Parasites that eat the eyeball. This parasite named acanthamoeba is extremely dangerous and a potential enemy of contact lens users. According to experts, this single-cell parasite is very small, about 15 to 35 micrometers long, oval-shaped, and commonly found in tap water, dust, rivers, lakes, and swimming pools. Acanthamoeba enters the body through contact lenses and skin wounds. Immediately after attaching to the body, they often nourish themselves by feeding on bacteria present in dirty contact lenses or open wounds. When contact lenses containing the parasite are inserted into the eye, acanthamoeba begins to corrode the cornea, the outermost layer of the eyeball, and multiplies. Some studies indicate that in less than a month of wearing lenses, this parasite has destroyed 70 optic nerves. The consequences of acanthamoeba attack include symptoms such as red eyes, watery eyes, blurred vision, sensitivity to light, swollen eyelids, and eye pain. More dangerously, they can corrode the eyeball, causing permanent vision loss. It can be seen that these parasites are easily transmitted and invade the human body, so during food processing, it is necessary to ensure hygiene, eat cooked food and drink boiled water to prevent infection. At the same time, when there are signs of suspected infection, one should go to a medical facility for examination and parasite testing, and receive timely treatment before it is too late. Thus, the topic of parasites that eat the eyeball concludes our video today. What do you think about these parasites? Do you know any more dangerous parasites? Please leave a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Enigmatic Echoes channel, as well as turn on the notification bell so you don't miss other exciting discoveries. And now, goodbye and see you again.